Hi, my name is Carly Pint. I am 23 years old. It's been 2 years since I graduated college and about 6 years since I graduated high school. I graduated from a small town in Jessup, Iowa with about, 1,000 people in our high school, so it was a small school. I'm just here to talk about how I transitioned from a small high school and transitioned into college. 2 years ago, I graduated college with my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree. That's the degree side of things, and then along with that, I had to take a test to get the NCLEX, which then made me maybe get my license as a registered nurse. So I am technically a registered nurse with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, so that's my full degree. I'm from a small town, just about 30 minutes away from the University of Northern Iowa. And once I was about to graduate high school, UNI had always been in my mind for post-secondary schooling. But the only problem was that they just didn't have a nursing program that I was looking for. So though I could have taken my prerequisites, which were classes that I needed in order to get into a nursing school, I could have done that at UNI, but I decided to take them at a community college in Waterloo, which is Hawkeye Community College. Two reasons why I did that. I only needed about a year and a half of school of those prerequisites, so only 3 semesters to finish those for nursing school, and it kind of fit in my budget a little bit better going to a community college and living off campus than going to a university and living on campus. One of the biggest stressors for me when making the decision from going to high school to college was kind of just figuring out what kind of college experience I wanted. Did I want to go the more traditional route and go to a university and live in the dorms, or did I want to live off campus? Luckily though, I went the more untraditional route with living off campus and going to community college, like I had said. And I was still able to get some of the traditional college experience as I became very involved with the campus ministry here at UNI called the Navigators. And so through that ministry, I still met some really awesome friends that I still have today and got to be on campus a lot more than I thought, even though I never attended any classes at UNI. Resources I relied on were just people who were either in college or had already gone to college, and hearing about their experiences at college or Allen College, which is the nursing school in Waterloo that I had attended, then also at UNI. So being in a small town, I know a lot of people, and there's a lot of people around me that had either just graduated college or were on their way to college. I kind of had a lot of word for ear and kind of got to hear about their experiences and kind of think to myself, okay, I feel like their experience at Hawkeye going into Allen College seemed really good and seemed really fitting, and that was really fitting for me as well into my life. And I was also able to have a pretty unique opportunity where I was able to work in a nursing home and live in it as well right after I graduated high school. I had my own 1-bedroom apartment, and my work was right down the hall for me as I worked as a CNA at that nursing home. So that was also kind of very enticing going to do that right after high school. Because again, I saved money. I was working a job that was going to really be an advantage for me as I was going into nursing school, so I was already able to use a lot of those skills. So for me, transitioning to college wasn't super overwhelming since I went from one small high school to a small community college. I quickly realized how much more work and studying I had to do to be successful in college. So which led me to managing my time better to work in studying and homework hours each day. So some advice I would give to you and wish I had taken more seriously while I was in college is to get yourself into a study group, or at least have one person that you can go to from your class or a friend that you know of that you can study with. So really utilize the people around you, whether that's friends or classmates. It's much better to go through college with the community than trying to do it all on your own. I myself was able to create a really great friend group, which was great, but I lacked on a study group, which did make things a little harder for me throughout my college experience. So literally within those first few weeks, of course, get experience different people and different groups, and kind of get into that the club that you're interested in or something like that, that's really important. But also for those harder classes, really make sure you get into a study group. Work in study hours each day as well to make sure you can prepare yourself well for each class and each test. So I hope that was really helpful, and good luck in all your adventures.